Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we are discussing about some data visualization technique called pie chart and bar chart. As we saw some couple of videos, and we use here some the same data set as we used previously for a couple of videos. So let's start. Here, this first line of code. Here we this line of code retrieves the content rating column from the data frame df1, and this method counts the occurrences. I mean the dot value counts. This method counts the occurrences of each unique value in the content rating column and returns the counts of descending order in descending order. So by executing this code, we get the values, basically the unique values of each column. And the second line of code, here we define we basically creates a boolean series where this line of code, I mean this first line of code, this line creates a boolean series where each value is true if the corresponding row in the content rating column is either adults only 18 plus or unrated, and false otherwise. And the second line of code, here we this filters the data frame df1 using the boolean series less repeat, I mean to select only the rows where the condition is true. And the double square bracket, yeah, are used here, used to specify that we want to select only the content rating column of the filtered data frame. And in the next line of code, here, this line filters the data frame df1 to execute rows and to basically execute rows where the content rating where the content rating is adults only, is 18 plus or unrated. And the tide, I mean the negation, this thing, this kind of sign, this negates the boolean series less represent, and this less represent, effectively selecting the rows where the condition is false. As a result, only rows with content ratings other than adults only 18 plus or unrated are retained in the data frame. And this df1.head, this line displays that first few rows of the updated data frame df1 to show the result of the filtering operation. And the next line of code, df1.shape, returns a tuple containing two values called the number of rows and the number of columns in the data frame df1. It's a quick way to check the dimensions of the data frame, helping us to understand its size and basically its structure. So it's often used after performing data manipulation or filtering operations to verify the resulting data frames dimensions. And this df1.info basically gives us the essential information about the data frame df1, including the number of non-null entries in each column, the data types of each column, and the memory usage. It's a helpful way to quickly understand the composition of the data frame, including any missing values and the data types of the columns. And this information is crucial for data cleaning, processing, pre-processing, and analysis, as it helps us to identify potential issues or inconsistencies in the data. And the next the line of code, basically df1.reset underscore index, and this resets the index of the data frame df1. And the inside this, the parameter in place equal to true and drop equal to true we give here, because the in place equal to true parameter specifies that the operation should be performed on the data frame itself rather than returning on a new data frame. And the drop equal to true parameter indicates that the original index should be dropped and not added a new column in the data frame. So resetting the index can be useful after certain operations like filtering or sorting, as it renumbers the rows from 0 to the length of the data frame minus 1. And this operation is often performed to clean up the data frame and ensure a consistent index structure. And after that, this next line of code, df1 of content rating dot value counts, it basically calculates the count of each unique value in the content rating column of the data frame df1. And this function essentially provides a breakdown of how many apps fall under each category of content rating. It helps in understanding the distribution of app ratings based on the content suitability, and for different age groups. So basically, we use this information to analyze the popularity or prevalence of apps targeting specific audience segments. So and this next line of code, this basically plt dot I mean the plt dot style dot use, this sets style of the plot to a colorblind friendly palette. And df1 dot df1 of content rating dot value counts, this second line of code. This code basically generates a pie chart representing the distribution of apps across different categories of content rating, and the value counts method calculates the frequency of each unique value in the content rating column, and plot.pie creates a pie chart based on these frequencies. So the pie chart visually depicts the proportion of apps in each content rating category, and allowing viewers to quickly grasp the relative distribution of app ratings and based on the content suitability for different age groups. And the next line of code here, we use the plt.style.use and ggplot, and say it basically sets the style of the plot to resemble the aesthetic of the ggplot2 package in R. And df1 dot second I mean the second line of code, this df1 of content rating dot value counts and plot dot bar, as the previous line of code we saw, generates a bar chart illustrating the distribution of apps across different categories of content rating. And the value counts method calculates the frequency of each unique value in the content rating column, and plot.bar creates a bar chart based on these frequencies. So bar charts are more preferred over pie chart, because they provide a clearer and cleaner comparison of the frequency of each content rating category, making it easier for many viewers to interpret the data accurately. And this line of code basically, plt.style.use of default resets the plot style to the default matplotlib style. And the second line of code, def1 of content rating and value counts, plot dot bar produces a horizontal bar chart displaying the distribution of apps across different categories of content rating. The value counts method calculates the frequency of each unique value in the content rating column, and plot.bar creates a horizontal bar chart used on these frequencies. And horizontal bar charts are useful when dealing with categorical data with longer category names, as they provide better readability compared to vertical bar charts in such cases. So and this next line of code, the df1 of android var and dot value counts and plot dot bar, this code calculates the frequency of different versions of android, the android var, this column name present in the dataset, and then creates a bar chart to visualize these frequencies. And this value counts method, again this value counts method counts the occurrences of each value in unique value in the android var column, and plot.bar generates a vertical bar chart to represent the counts of different android versions. So this visualization helps to understand the distribution of android versions among the apps in the dataset. So these are some plotting techniques and data visualization techniques we saw here and we learned. So we will see in our next video. Thank you guys.